Evening, everyone. Sup, Resin. Sup, Chess. Yeah, we'll be going in a second. I'll be right with you guys as soon as we start quali. Only waiting for one more driver. So maybe we can start early. Legend for jumping in last minute to do comms, much appreciated. Yeah, no problem, mate. And as a matter of fact, I will be here for the rest of the season. So, better get to know me. I'll be watching every race from now on, and obviously commentate on. And I'm very happy to be here. We are just waiting for the final Alpine to join. That's Gandalf, if I'm correct. Who is currently struggling with the online services of EA, a known issue. The host is giving him 3 more minutes. It's 59 right now. And then we will get going. Like I said, I'm very happy to be here, as this is my 4th time on comms for PGR, I think. But for the first time, it's actually a track where I expect some action at overtakes. So after Silverstone reverse in a wet session, followed by Singapore and Jeddah, yeah, very pleased with COTA tonight. Evening, but hello, David. Best of luck for you and Mikey as well, of course. I'm gonna try not to be too biased, but I will probably check on you a few more times, more than on others. No, I'm gonna be with the action. So no matter if there's a fight for P1 or P15, I'll try to be on it. And like I said, for COTA, I expect quite a few overtakes on that long back straight. So hopefully this is gonna be an exciting race. S? Ah no, okay. I thought we were readying up, but not just yet. 2 more minutes for Gandalf to join. I mean, I've been in PGR for, is it almost 2 years now? This is a stacked grid for only being the 2nd division on Tuesdays. Like, there's so many good names here. Of course, a few new ones as well. Like, I think I've never seen PGR fast before, although this is the 2nd race, I noticed that. He unfortunately retired last week in Singapore. So I'll get to know a few new names here tonight. Evening Stalker, hello! That's Milan, right? Quality gameplay? I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Yes, Milan. Welcome to the stream, mate. Yeah, best of luck after Legacy. Not your best performance, but yeah, obviously as a reserve. tough track, Hungary. And I wasn't much better, so... awful day for us in general. So, it's 8:02. What's the call right now? Already up? There we go, okay, we're good to go. Unfortunately, Gandalf is not gonna join, and we will only have 19 drivers tonight. Not ideal for Alpine. Where are they in the standings? They are in the midfield battle, currently sitting P6, close behind P5 and 4. So Mikey's gotta do the work tonight for them. Oh shit, how do I do that, mate? How do I increase my... I mean, if you tell me how, I'm gonna try to do it, but... Increase your mic? Well, can only put it closer to my mouth, but that's it really. Either way, Tuesday night, Champions Division, race 6 out of 12 in season 12 of PGR, and close is good. Yeah, alright, cool. Tonight we're driving in COTA. Actually, let me check on the weather for tonight. Okay, it's forced dry. Wet to dry conditions in around 8 in Brazil. So, 18 minutes for our drivers to set the fastest lap time. What are the pit stop predictions? I'm gonna be totally honest with you, Milan. I've got no idea because I didn't practice. I hope you've got a setup, because I know that's a known issue for you. Alright, let's get everything on here, and we'll be waiting for the first car to leave the pit lane. Mr. Beefy Boy retired. Do we have a quali ban? I would assume so. Yes. Chess Nightwire, our lobby host is actually the first one to leave the garage. So we'll stick on board with him. Let me double check real quick. Yes, Mr. Beefy Boy has got a quali ban, so he retired. Usually you are allowed to do an out lap to, yeah, select your setup and make sure the game saves it. But he's put some faith into the game that it works without. Hopefully he didn't forget to load the setup in the first place. Yeah, either way, Chess is now heading for the back straight here. He already went through sector 1, and that's probably a crucial part of tonight's race. The S's and yeah, the entire first sector, including the start of the second sector, we will see lots of invalidations, both in quali and time penalties in the race, I assume. So to anyone that is listening in the chat, let's do a little bet on how many drivers will finish without a penalty. I'm gonna kick things off with 5. I'm gonna say 5 people will stay completely penalty free, both no speeding in the pits and no track limit penalties. And we'll be watching the Mercedes now going on the first hot lap of the evening. And we'll go on board with him. Uphill into turn 1, hairpin. Difficult for the race start as the track really narrows down on the exit. Downhill into the S's. easy to invalidate, but if you nail the turn-in points, it'll be flat all the way to here. Little lip for the left-hander, then uphill. Get a little bit of a slingshot because the traction here is low and you want to get as early on the power as possible for that last part here. Downhill into another hairpin, maybe another overtake opportunity. And then great exit here, no wheel spin, perfect, and then onto the back straight. DRS wide open, then of course this is where we will see the most overtakes in the race. Again though, difficult corner here, you want to cut the apex as much as possible. He missed it here a little bit. And then another technical section, sec 3. With this double left-hander for some optimistic dives. The Aston Martin gets out of the way here, no impeding, well done. And then the famous never-ending right-hander where Verstappen bottled his podium against Kimi Räikkönen back then. And there we have the first invalidation. Does he have enough fuel to go for another lap and charge his battery? It would have been a 33.4. What's he gonna do? He sticks it in hot lap. Now he's in none. He's charging. So we've got Fraser with our first valid lap time at 33.4. 2/10 quicker than Chess would have been. And Farmers, the first one into the 32s. Who is next? I think that's an... what's that? Diesel car? Red Bull? Yeah. Is that Wiggy? That is Wiggy, and he puts himself into P3. Next up, Atmos. P2 for him. 33 flat. His teammate starting his lap in a second. We're gonna stick with Koix through the third sector, and we'll have a look at the other times that are being posted now. That's an Aston Martin and a Ferrari coming over the line. That would be Lynx in P5 and Matt into P4. Koix, what's it gonna be? It's a 32.7. Pole for now. Next up, Milan invalidated. What would that time have been? It would have been a 33.1. Resin and Mikey coming over the line. P6 for Mikey and P4 for Resin. Ah, don't do this to me. Okay, so how do I spell this name? It would be easy to just say Shanghai. I might just call you like that now. I'm sorry if that's wrong. Shanghai? Shanghai just sounds good. Obviously giving some F1 vibes here from China as well. So one of the new ones for me, if you're fast. 80, yeah, 83. In the Kick Sauber car. Fun corner for him. Battled lap time doesn't look too bad. It's low 33 as well. Puts himself into P6. Both stake cars up there. Andrea Borg, the next one. .5. Solid lap. We haven't even looked at the standings yet. It's Williams leading the constructors, and in the drivers' championship it's Lynx, followed by Big D and Egolf. Actually, still fairly close after 5 races. So where are they right now? We've got Lynx in P11. Surely on a flying lap, the way he's driving here through Sector 1. Improving by 1.5 tenths. Purple Sector 1 for the Aston Martin. Big D without a valid lap so far. He is on a hot lap right now, going through turn 1 as we speak. And Egolf with the same time as Koix, currently sitting in P3. Obviously, when we have the same time in quali, the one who drove the time first is ahead. So what's the split for Sector 2? Lost a little bit of time. Not a personal best. Going a little wide here. Getting a good angle through that weird left-hander though. And still got a lot of battery left here for Sector 3. It's not enough for pull, it's actually only a 33.3. Far off from where he should be. Mikey G as well, 1.5 tenths improving after Sector 2. As Chess now starting his next flying lap. We'll be going on board with Big D for a second, who's about to finish his lap. Runner up in the standings. And it is P5. The fifth one into the 32s. And Mikey improved a little bit here, but stayed in P11 for now. Fixed to fly, aborted this lap and starts another one. Who's on a hot lap? Fraser is. Purple Sector 2. Do we trust the game? I didn't see the splits. Yeah, so again, top 3. Lynx, Big D and Egolf. Followed by Farmers, Koix and Andrea Borg. We'll be comparing the quali with the standings after the session, of course. As Fraser goes into second place. That's super close between 2 and 4. But ooh, as Chess is now in P2 with a 32.6. Very good lap from him. Well, that's actually a very good lap from Chess here. Picks to fly, can he improve? Surely 1.5 tenths puts him into P11. My wheel is disconnected. How do I fix this? Mate, you're talking to someone who's driving with a controller and missed Mondays because he couldn't get it connected to his console. So yeah, I'm not the right one to ask for that, I'm sorry. If anyone else knows how to fix a connection issue on a wheel, please help Milan, but I'm sorry. I can't help you right there. Who's gonna be the next one over the line? Probably Fraser. Fraser just finished his lap though. Koix is really pushing right now. What about his teammate? It was Chess, yeah. Let's stay on board with him. Improving by half a second! Whoa, okay, sorry. That's looking like provisional pull. If he can stick it through Sector 3. ERS management looks much better here. Yeah, you've really got to burn through Sector 1 and on the main straight, because you can't really use any of the ERS in Sector 3. And yeah, there we go. By almost 4 tenths, 32.1. That's a banker. I mean, surely track improvement, especially in Sector 1, is helping here. But that's a tough time to beat. Let's stick on board with the resin here through Sector 1. as we have Fiora fast in P5 right now, again with the same time as Fraser. I mean, sure, Koix Gamer, that pull right now is pretty good, but look at how close the times are behind that. But that one invalidated, unfortunately. What about Resin? Purple sector 2, apparently. Almost 3/10 up on his PB. That, yeah, but that's all he needs. That's currently around P8, 7-ish. What can he do in the final sector? That, yeah, he could be challenging for all the way up to P4 or 3. That's the most difficult corner here, second to last. You can really risk it all there and gain a lot, or you invalidate. 32.7, P4, very good lap. 5 thousandths ahead of Fraser and Fiora. So my wheel is disconnected. Is that Milan on a controller right now? We currently have no one on a hot lap. Mikey is. Everyone in the pits, mostly waiting for the best track conditions and for the final second to start their final run. I fixed it, alright, so Milan is back on his wheel now and will hopefully get a valid time in his final run. Mikey, P7 in the Drivers' Championship right now, and he invalidates. Yeah, the second to last corner. And he knows that might just be game over for him. Is there enough time to charge? Does he have enough fuel for 2 more laps? Time would be there, but obviously tires ain't perfect then. As we now see the grid rolling out of the pits. 2 minutes to go. Pixie already on a hot lap. And if I saw that correctly, with solid improvement after sector 1. I gotta say guys, you really want to burn it all here on that main straight. Go down to 10%. You'll charge enough in the corners of sector 3 so you don't run out of ERS. Go all the way down to 10 or 12% on that back straight. Personally, I know controller isn't fast anymore in F125, but I'm a really big fan of COTA. Really enjoy watching everyone just drive. And another one gets caught off guard by that difficult corner, the second to last left-hander. Invalid lap for Pixie. He can start another one. He's probably gonna try with 30% battery, but with 1 minute to go, not enough time to charge once more. It's now Atmos. Actually, no. Actually, yes. Is the one leading our final runs of hot laps. I think. Yeah. I think one of the Ferraris is a bit late. Actually, both Ferraris might miss out and see the flag before starting the lap. Yeah. El Plan. Once more. 15 seconds. Might be close for Matt F1 here. You maybe want to burn. Yeah, he is pushing. That's supposed to be an outlap and he's going really fast. 5 seconds on the clock. He might just be able... Oh, just in time. So he's got the best track conditions. Picks to fly, yeah. Half a second down after sector 2 and now invalidates. There was nothing he could do. What about Atmos? And I already know I'm gonna miss all the times that are gonna fly in a second now. Look at how close that grid is in sector 2 and 3 right now. Surely there's gonna be some dirty air involved. Ooh, big snap out of the final corner. Still improves up to P9. Shanghai, ooh, 32.5. I mean, I want to say close to pole, but it's still 3.5 tenths. McLaren over that line. Fraser up to P3. Boynuck out, P13. That is Fiora fast into P4, Andrea Borg into P5. Resin 7th, Chess and Farmers in the pits. Coix improves once more, goes almost into the 31s. That's actually crazy. Milan, yeah. Under huge pressure, with no time on the board, puts it into P7. Matt goes wide, goes into the pits, and that's it. Look at that grid. I mean, ignore Coix right now, okay? Without him, we've got half a second between P2 and P15. Coix, what are you doing? This is supposed to be exciting and close. That's... I mean, we can't deny it. It's a great lap. Well-deserved pole for him. The driver currently in P5 in the standings. He did miss out of he did miss out one of the races though. So yeah, he is a strong competitor for that championship. Although he is 56 points down on links. But with that pole, yeah, he can gain big points tonight. Coix on the pole, followed by Shanghai. I hope that I'm spelling that correctly. Fraser in P3, Fiora fast 4th. Andrea Borg, Chess P5 and 6, Milan in P7, Resin right behind him, Wiggy in 9th, Farmers. Top 10, Egolf, Atmos, Big D, Boynuck out, Lynx only 15th, our championship leader. Metaphon 16, Mikey P17, so picks to fly in 18th, and Mr. Beefy Boy with that qualiban in P19. GP7, yeah, like I said, good lap for not having a banker, like having to push without risking to invalidate. Well done. And only like a tenth of the front row. I think I've seen an esports race here recently. I'm not 100% sure, but I think medium hard is just the way to go here. I know it's boring, but that should be the fastest stretch. I used your tip with the battery, that gained me some time. I mean, sure, you're welcome. So... I'm gutted, first race, and this happens. So unfortunately, that would have been the first race for Gandalf and as well, and now he struggled with connections and server issues and couldn't join tonight. That's a shame. Do we have enough time to look at a few other lobbies? As we're starting the formation lap, I guess that's a no then. Let's have a look at the tires, shall we? Alright then. Most of the grid on mediums, as expected. We've got one Visa Cashet car with Boy Knockout on the soft tires. Maybe a sign for a 2-stop. I mean, I haven't practiced enough. I'm not sure if you could go soft hard here. But, well, we'll see. And further back in P17 and 18, Mikey and Pix on hard tires. Hoping for a later safety car. And yeah. Once more, let's look at where our top drivers are. As Lynx is our championship leader, he's only in P15, so he's got some places to make up. With Big D only 2 places ahead of him in P13, and Egolf in P11. What's going on here, guys? Is that usually is that a normal qualifying in champions? Are they up there in the standings due to pure race pace? Thomas Wayne is 4th in the standings, he is 10th. And Koix, being 5th, is on pole by, yeah, quite a lot. Andrea Borg 6th is 5th right now, so that could be a good opportunity to gain some places in the championship. Alright then, we will go on board with Fraser, who's gonna be our cameraman for that front row. And we'll go to position changes. Yep, there we go. Ooh, Koix not able to park correctly, sat back a little bit there. Good chance for Shanghai to, yeah, gain from the start here. We are waiting for the lights. Dive bomb, no, please not. And the lights are going on. 3, 4, 5 lights, and the Grand Prix of COTA is underway. Who's gonna go first into turn 1? Yeah, Shanghai is almost side by side here. Backs out though. Koix going a little deep. Are we gonna have any contacts? 3 wide, 2 wide. A little bit. I don't see any damage. Sort it out for the yeses, please. Oh, tough battles, but it's looking good. Gotta go sit Ferrari there. Razen dropping back a few places, and Milan unfortunately spun out, losing 12 positions, and Shanghai is back here as well from P2 all the way down to P13. Ooh, shit, what happened here? Andrea Borg down in P18. Oh, 10 seconds for corner cut. Oh, I wasn't there to see it. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Shanghai, however, looked like he doesn't have any damage, so he's gonna try to fight for a comeback here. As Big D and Fiora are fighting side by side through that long right-hander. Yeah, the stake on the outside still there. Ooh, a little bit of contact, but Fiora was able to catch the car. Yeah, and Koix is gonna try to run. Chess already lost the DRS to Fraser. I mean, probably due to the fact that a few cars in front of him flew away. More position changes. Atmos losing a place to Lynx. And Riggy was trying to have a look at Fiora. Yeah, but look at that. I mean, we've got Milan, Andrea Borg in the pits. That's gonna be a new front wing. And Shanghai losing out big time. But apart from that, still Big D and Egolf, Team Williams, as well as Famas, 6 or 7 positions gained, as well as Lynx and Mr. Beastie Boy. both on 6 positions up as well. That's, yeah, pretty solid start for them. As we saw the possible strategies there for a second. Shanghai having a look at the Ferrari here. Cautious on the inside, that gives Mr. Beefy Boy a go. There's still Zappa side. And Mr. Beefy Boy, yeah, gets the move done here. Switchback attempt. Oh, and I think there was a front wing flying. Or was that just a particle effect? I think the wings are fine. And we've got our first penalty of the day. I just realized it. Andrea Borg served the 10 seconds in the pits, was it? It was for corner cutting. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could serve 10 seconds for corner cuts in the pits as well. I thought only for speeding or for a collision. But good to know. That's gonna be helpful if we have like a late safety car. Alright, so after 2 laps, starting lap 3, we've got Coix leading Fraser by 2 seconds. As we've got the next 3 seconds. Of course, another corner cut in sector 1. Again, yeah, we've got Coix in the lead, leading Fraser by 2 seconds. Followed by Chess, Farmers and Egolf. That's a little train. And then Big D. Although he lost out to his teammate now, is still leading that huge train all the way down to P18. As we've got Resin going for the move here on Atmos. And is now back into P10. The Stake fighting back. And that's what I like about COTA. Very technical corners. Lots of opportunities for switchbacks. As... who was that? Wasn't that Mr. Beefy Boy? No, it was Wiggy. Ooh, Wiggy spun out. It's now down in P18. I've spotted it too late. Maybe contact. Although that corner is low grip as well. Maybe he lost it on his own. But we've got a close grid and some exciting battles. So far, another move here, although that was just a defensive drive for Mr. Beefy Boy, who picks up in, the third 3-second penalty in turn 1 here. He is on a good run though from his quali ban, gaining 9 positions so far. That F1, the next one. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not that far off with my guess. I said 5 drivers will finish without any penalties tonight. It's hard to predict where the next overtake is gonna come, so we're gonna stay with those that are, that have been fighting already. And as we've missed an overtake attempt here from Fiora. Went deep on that hairpin, side by side since, little contact made here. Big D is not giving up his position so easily. Again, they make contact. And they carry through sector 3. Contact once more, the Williams going wide. Another contact. Jesus, guys, calm down. And now Lynx touching that Williams as well, going aggressive here into the final corner. That's the Ferrari caught up in that, and I think Resin lost his ring there. No, not him. I think again I saw a part flying, and yes, it was the Red Bull of Mr. Beefy Boy. Look at that, how many cars. This is looking like lap 1. The entire grid here is still so close together. So Big D losing out 2 positions in that last lap. He's gonna try to get back here. Does Lynx have damage as well? He's going very slow here through the S's. But never mind. Have a look at Mr. Beefy Boy. Is he gonna try to go for a move here on Resin? He knows better. Backs out. That is Lynx going deep, and Beefy Boy and Resin coming together here. Pix to Fly gaining a possession against Atmos, who is now winning the drag race. And the other green car, Shanghai, trying to go for both of them, and 3 wide. Ah, into that hairpin. Contact was made, but I didn't see any damage. Good for them. Aggressive move from the Aston Martin driver. But everyone got away with it. All that fighting is creating a huge gap now between P6 and the top 5. As I think Famas is now into P2. That was, I think Fraser lost out to all 3 of them in the last laps. And I unfortunately missed that due to the close racing here in that chasing train. Colts managing this race well so far, still maintaining a little over 2-second gap. I think we just saw it, but missed the notification. I think that's Resin getting 3 seconds for that little corner cut we just saw. Atmos the next one. As the Ferrari is right behind him on that F1. Oh, fight's going on up ahead. There's a stake and a Williams going right. The Aston Martin as well. That's a chance for Resin to try to hang it around the outside. Is he going to be able to do it? The next corner is left-hander for him. Oh my god! Ah, what's Mr. Beefy Boy doing? Ooh, mate. We don't want to see that. Moves into that double left-hander are already pretty desperate, but executed like that is just reckless, honestly. Don't want to say it was on purpose or anything, but it's been great so far. Let's keep it clean, boys. Obviously, I think Mr. Beefy Boy already had damage, but that contact surely didn't help the front wing. That now created a little gap for Fiora, who could try to run away in P6, as Lynx is not going to be able to follow. That might give Resin another opportunity now on the straight. As we've got Mr. Beefy Boy and Matt F1 on 6 seconds already. Alright then, Lynx in P7. No DRS for him. Resin and Pix to Fly are probably going to try to go for an overtake right here. Yeah, and the Ferrari goes into P7 with ease. And he moves behind that. Aston Martin was showing himself there against Beefy Boy. But no chance to go for a move here. Seven laps in as Pix to Fly. Little dive here, gets the move done, and I think that was fairly clean. Yeah, 7 laps done. Will we see the first people into the pits for the 2-stop strategy soon? Pix to Fly, starting on hards, is making up some good ground here. Actually, let's keep the position change on for now. Yeah, he gained 10 positions on the hard tire. Probably the medium's already dropping off by now, but you really have to extend the first stint if you want to get that one stop working. So yeah, probably at least 3 more laps for the medium tires. But we will probably see Pix to Fly picking up even more places in the next laps, as the hards are only getting quicker over time. just checking in on Fraser here if he's got any damage, because he now lost out to the train in front of him. Mikey and Matt going side by side. Mikey gets the move done into P14. Same for him, as he's on the hard tires. He will now start to feel that tire advantage. And Resin was re-overtaken by Fiora. Fiora now into P6 again. As we have Lynx, our championship leader, the first one for a regular pit stop. After 9 laps, I'm not sure. I would say that's a 2-stop. Of course, he's putting on the hard tires, but I do not really see him making 21 laps on them. Little battle here on the exit. Wow. Boy knockout, leaving just enough space and gets out right ahead of Lynx. Yeah, Lynx with the undercut now. We will check back on him as soon as we see someone else in the pits. But of course, once again, Resin must have made a move into turn 1 here against Fiora. Pigs was side by side for a second, but lost that position again. He really wants to get past these guys now, because he needs to make use of his hard tires now. I think if he gets past Fiora and Resin into P6, he could run away. As Lynx with the fresh tires gets the move done against Boy Knockout, Mr. Beefy Boy. 3 more seconds for him. And into the pits he goes. So let's hop on board with Lynx and see how big of an undercut. Actually, never mind, screw that. Mr. Beefy Boy had to change his front wing, so he will be far behind Lynx now. Back to the action. Famas, towards the end of the stint now, is picking up some pace, or at least is able to maintain Volk's pace. Is now just under 2 seconds behind P1. And Chess and Eggoff just sitting behind Famas in P3 and 4. Probably saving tires. I expect the top 5 to try the 1-stop here. Alright then, with the first pit stops. I want to say the grid has calmed down a little bit, but obviously still a big train here from P6 to P12. Let's have a look at the gap from Resin to Lynx. That is currently 17 seconds. Fiora is the next one in the pit lane. Is anyone gonna follow? Doesn't look like it. Let's see how much time Lynx gained from that 2-lap undercut. He was somewhere with Fiora. And look at that gap. Yeah, I'd say probably 3 seconds. Ooh, oh, ooh, ooh. Wow. Almost contact with Big D and a little bit of contact with Wiggy there. I mean, it's a difficult pit exit, but usually, yeah, I don't want to judge. Nothing happened, so let's go back to the action. Yeah, look at that. Let's give him some screen time. 1.7 seconds. Farmers behind Koix. Ideally, you want to stretch out the mediums as long as you can. Probably 1 or 2 more laps. The longer you stay on the mediums, the easier it'll be on the hard tires. But the leaders are coming into the pit. Chess and Egolf staying out. Chess, of course, can't double stack here with his teammate. So they carry on another lap. Egolf follows him because as long as he got the arrest probably. Maybe he can overtake Chess on that straight now, before they pit. And yeah, lots of people into the pits now. So, what do we have? Links into P10. But not really any significant undercuts here. I mean, boy knockout, yeah, sure. But I think those who came in this lap are on a one-stop. And do we have a change of lead? Egolf and Chess side by side, yeah. If you can't get the move done, you don't really want to fight into sector 3 right here, because you are currently fighting, who is it? Koix. And... Nah. Sorry, I'm a little slow right now. Koix and Famas, which are on the undercut right now. And Famas, with that traffic up ahead. Actually, there is no traffic in front of Koix. Famas is just quicker. He's just about to go get into the DRS of Koix here. As Egolf and Chess obviously go into the pits now as well. But I believe Koix, and especially Famas, will be almost 2-3 seconds clear of them. Let's see where they come out. 10 seconds for Matt speeding in the pit lane. Let's have a look back. As Matt retires in the pit lane. That gap is bigger than I thought. Fraser with that undercut caught up to them now. Is in the DRS of Egolf. Yeah, look at that. 4 seconds just by undercutting one lap. And Farmers Wayne is in the DRS of Koix now with the help of Mikey in Shanghai. But very good pace here from Farmers. Are they all on hards? I assume so. Yeah, of course. So I believe they will go to the end. Unless there's a safety car. I don't know how good the tires are though, so... On board here with Farmers right behind Koix. In front of them, the top 3 that still have to pit. Oi, my whoop. Oi, oi, oi. Koix, Mikey, let go of each other. That was a very aggressive dive and probably... Yeah, Mikey's not gonna be happy with that. Farmers got the move on Koix there, and Koix, desperate to get the position back, was going for a dive down that left-hander. And while doing so, thought he might as well just go past Mikey as well, but that, yeah, didn't go well. I think that's a penalty as well for Koix. Just within the last lap, so I think I missed that. But Farmers is gonna try to run now. Did Koix get damage from that contact with Mikey? I don't think so. But for sure it killed the momentum for him. And yeah, with that penalty, Farmers could just try to manage that win now. As they both are gonna overtake Pigs here now. Shanghai with 3 seconds as well, unfortunately. close to the corner top there as well, but I think that was fine. Yeah, Pix and Mikey currently gain 15 and 13 positions, but obviously they are the only ones that are yet to pit. Normal strategy probably is to pit within the next 2 laps for them, but maybe they're hoping for a late safety car. And Chess and Egolf really want to get past Mikey as soon as possible, but that issue is solved now as Mikey is pulling into the pits. That is 13 laps for him on the mediums, should be possible. And after all these pit stops, I was gonna say we don't have that many battles anymore, but Resin into turn 1 gets past the Lynx. Lynx, after that horrible qualifying, on a good recovery right here with 7 positions gained so far. But if I had to vote for driver of the day right now, it would probably be Famas. Starting P10th, yeah, and is now leading the Grand Prix. And a little summary now after that first half of the Grand Prix. We've seen some dive bombs, but I'm gonna say that's part of the racing and the action that we wanna see. Of course, there will be some reports, but it's very exciting to watch at the moment. Chess got past Pix last lap. Egolf follows him now, and yeah, Chess is pushing, trying to get back to his teammate. 2.2 seconds, that gap, at the fastest lap for Chess. Is Egolf going to be able to stay in the DRS of Chess? It's going to be a crucial sector 1 here. And the Mercedes is looking a little better. Egolf is just missing out on that 1 second window. And Boy Knockout, who's probably on a 2-stop strat. He's going to try to overtake Lynx here on the straight. No problem, of course, with the help of DRS. Yeah, look at that, the grid is still fairly close together. Remember, Mikey was with Pix before he pitted, and he's now, yeah, at the very end of the grid. He's got fresh mediums, but he's got to fight through that entire train. As Pix to fly, the last one now, that arrives in the pit lane. And it's going to drop down the order down to P17, I believe. Oh, and Egolf managed to get back into Chess DRS. And Koix hanging on with Farmer's Wayne here. Koix is probably just going to pray that Farmers is yeah, having some good pace, so Koix can get away from his teammate, or more importantly from Egolf. Egolf, who's just within the 3 seconds at the moment. Little shout out here as well to Andrea Borg after that lap 1 incident. Far back behind P17, but still carries on. That's the spirit we need in PGR. Not every race can go your way, but it's very, very nice to see that, yeah, not everyone just retires in the pits as soon as he's out of the top 10. Where are the battles? Of course, Koix behind Famas, P1 and 2 fight. Egolf behind Chess, fighting for that, yeah, podium position. As Koix got another... Ooh, shit. I'm sorry. That's 6 seconds for Koix. That's not good. That might be him out of the podium right there. Yeah, Fraser is kind of in no man's land. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't see on his screen that Koix got 6 seconds. Fraser, if you're listening, push. You can still get P4. Yeah, Resin I think got 16 seconds. He is in P6, but he's gonna drop down. As well as Mr. Beefy Boy. I think that's at least 9 seconds for him. As we've got a collision! Milan and Pigs to Fly came together here. The McLaren got a broken front wing. They both managed to keep the cars yeah, going, so there's no safety car. As Egolf is now into P3. 2.5 seconds to Koix. Maybe they can catch up to him. It's gonna depend on Famas' pace. Yeah, and Boy Knockout, currently in P7, who gained a lot of positions from his undercut. Oh, what happened there? I was going through the menu here. I didn't see what happened. He lost 3 positions right there. I was gonna say he gained a lot of positions with that 3-lap undercut, but is he gonna be able to do a 1-stop? That's the answer. No, he's not. So unfortunately, might be the only one, maybe with wings, on a 2-stop strategy, and it's once again proven to be the wrong one. But yeah, oh, Milan getting 10 seconds here. That's a retirement for sure. It is indeed. We'll probably see in the reports what happened there with Pigs. Unfortunate for him, of course. We carry on. What can Mikey do in the fresh mediums? Shanghai in front of him, the next one. The next target. Mr. Beefy Boy against Link. He's probably gonna try it, is he? Showing himself on the inside. Link is leaving some space. But the Red Bull can't get past. Our current prediction with 5 drivers finishing without penalties is... yeah, could be on target, I'm not sure. At the moment we've got a few drivers struggling a lot with track limits, like Resin and Mr. Beefy Boy. But overall that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers with penalties so far. But we've got 9 more laps to go. Both Mercedes currently chasing down the driver ahead of them. Mr. Beefy Boy getting into P8 here, and Atmos had a look there for a second to try and squeeze past Lynx as well. Yeah, I'm very impressed by Famas' pace here. Look at that. Let's have a look at the eras, shall we? Yeah, look, Koix is struggling to even stay in the 1 second with him. Pix thinks he is Verstappen, is the response we are getting from Milan after that incident. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Of course, something must have happened. I only saw you guys off track, both. And the yellow flags, but I didn't see the... yeah, the contact. So we barely got any trains. We've got a few battles going on. Still Koix behind Famas, but Koix got 6 seconds. So at the moment he is net P4. Egolf and Chess are gonna know that. So yeah. Resin is trying to defend Fraser, but yeah, Resin got got lots of penalties. Fiora currently comfortably sitting in P7. Link's our championship leader, only in 9th position. But I guess 6 positions is still okay, but is he gonna lose out? Yeah, I don't think he's gonna lose his championship lead tonight. Big D is 14 points behind and Big D is sitting in P15. And Egolf would be the one improving the most. And actually no. If Famas secures a win and Egolf gets P2, then Famas would be 1 point ahead of Egolf and our new runner-up. But I mean, Chess is probably gonna try to, yeah, fight Egolf here in the final laps. I mean, look at the ERS, he's only almost at 80, so he's really just chilling behind David. Andrea Borg now 3 seconds as well. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars remaining without penalties. We got a yellow flag. Andrea Borg not in the wall but off track. Heading towards the main straight. Boy knockout. Yeah, it's a 2-stop. And the fastest lap. Lynx is still staying out, so he's... Yeah, Boy knockout is probably the only one on a 2-stop tonight, unfortunately. Was starting in P14. Okay, fair enough, so he didn't lose out, but could have probably gained. His pace wasn't too bad. As we see the Aston Martin's side by side. And Mikey right behind. Little snap there from Shanghai. Mikey's gonna get a run. But his teammate, look at that, helping out and giving the slipstream to Shanghai. With Mikey seeing the gap there. He's got the better tires, so he might win that battle on acceleration here. Aston Martin really trying to work together here. Oh no. Oh, Andrea Borg left the session on track, didn't retire in the pit lane. That car is at least ghosted, but we don't want to see that. Look at that, Egolf has almost caught up to Koix here. Yeah, Chess really needs to decide what he's gonna do now. He's still got way more ERS than David Egolf, but if Egolf catches up to Koix right here, then Egolf can start to charge his battery as well. And yeah, maybe this or next lap might be the last chance for Chess to overtake. He should burn, really. Yeah, come on, give it a try. As Koix now goes into the lead, so if they start to fight here as well now, Egolf might be able to catch up to them. Look at them, they're right there. 3, 2 tenths. Is he gonna make it? And Chess knows that for sure. Chess is hoping for Egolf to not catch up, so he gets another chance on the main straight to pass him. he might just, yeah, the fight might be on for the win here. Everyone in the top 4 could win. And Famas, oh my god, Famas now got 3 seconds as well. They are so close together. Currently, Chess is in P2. Eggoff is in the net lead. They don't even have to care about the ones in front. That's the fight for the win right here. P3 against P4. Oh, what an unfortunate penalty for Famas. And that also gives Colt the opportunity to fight again, because now the podium is still in his reach. I mean, I'm gonna skip through the field every now and then, but I'm probably gonna stay with the leaders here for the final laps. Yeah, from P11 down, everyone is fighting for themselves. Did Link's pit? No. Something must have happened with Link's right there. He dropped back quite a bit. Shanghai getting the move done against Atmos. Fraser is really having a quiet day here, sitting in P5. It's a solid result for him, I think. But of course, the fight here is on. Koix and Famas, ironically, fighting for P3, and behind them, Chess and Eggle fighting for the win. I just realized, look at the penalties for example, right? Mikey sitting at P10 could be looking at a P6 finish here after penalties. That's how important it is to stay penalty free. And Egolf is now really close behind Koix. But with equal setups, equal pace in a train, it's difficult to overtake. Should we have a look? 3 laps to go after this one. Let's have a look at the Euros. 50 for Chess, 30 for Egolf, 30 for Koix, 40 for Famas. Chess still with a little bit of an advantage here, but he probably needs more than that to actually try to go for an overtake. That could be a heated fight here to the end. As my prediction is at the moment on point, with 5 drivers having no penalties. But I've gotta admit, it's a difficult track. Alright then, the final 3 laps for the top 4 right here. However this is gonna end up, props to all 4 of them. Solid pace from, all these drivers here. But, I mean, tonight they're on the league on their own, of their own. 11 seconds ahead of Fraser. I mean, Fraser is just chilling, right? 11 seconds to the car ahead. He doesn't have to push, and he knows that. And with Mr. Beefy Boy 7 seconds behind, plus penalties, surely Fraser could go faster. But this gap makes it look even more impressive here now for the top 4. Top 3 on equal ERS. I mean, sure, there might be some mind games now for Koix and Famas. Koix might just be saving and trying to go for an overtake on the final lap. And Egolf knows he doesn't have to overtake. Egolf might just drive safe, stay close to Koix in case Chess wants to attack. However, Chess advantage here might be that in P2 is his teammate. So maybe Koix will sacrifice his podium chances in order to help Chess. Yeah, getting his win. 2 laps to go. No way! Egolf got 3 seconds as well. That's a free win for Chess at the moment. And now Egolf is not gonna chill. Egolf is gonna fight for every position. 2 laps to go. Oh, how does English? Sorry, that must feel crazy weird for Chess. P4, but net lead with 1.5 laps to go. He can just chill. If he's on 2 warnings, bro, drive carefully. Just be careful. Wiggy, 3 seconds as well. Shanghai and Mr. Beefy Boy fighting. Leaving each other just enough space, that's what we want to see. As our leading squad is now heading towards their final lap. Yeah, Chess can just chill. He doesn't have to go for anything. And Famas, out of the top 3, got the most ERS. Is it gonna be enough to defend from Koix right here? Let's go on board with Koix. Ah, Famas gets a good run through the S section. Of course, Dirty Air is helping him. Half a second between them. A little more. That might be enough for Famas. They're both burning, of course. Egolf and Chess are not gonna fight. It's gonna be close. Is Koix gonna go for it? No, he knows better. Backs out, and that might be P2 secured here for Famas. And the final corners now for not Famas, not Koix, not Egolf, but our potential race winner, Chess Knight Rider in P4. If he doesn't get a penalty in the final corner. Going over the line, all 3 of them ahead with penalties. That's P2 for Famas, P3 for Egolf, Koix with 6 seconds dropping down to P4, and our race winner, Chess Knight Rider, because he stayed penalty free. And we've got Mikey with a little spin in that final sector. Fraser P5, Shanghai P6, Atmos P7, Mike P8, Fiora P9, Pix P10, Resin P11, Mr. Beefy Boy P12, never mind P13, Lynx gets into 12th position. And that's our race done for tonight. Lots of overtakes going on. It was a great race, great battles. And a crazy fight that turned out to be quite boring due to penalties. I would have really loved to have a fight for position there towards the end, but this is what we've got now. Who are we gonna vote for driver of the day? Ooh, it's a tough decision. Either way, from the bottom down, Matt in P19, as well as Milan and Andrea Borg retired. Riggy, the last finisher tonight in P16. Big D in P15, Boy Knockout 14th. Ahead of him, Mr. Beefy Boy, Lynx, and Resin. Going into the top 10, we've got Pigs to Fly, Fiora fast ahead of him, Mikey in P8, Atmos P7, Shanghai in P6, and Fraser secure in P5. And yeah, then our top 4 Koix, and on the podium, Egolf, Farmers, and Chess. I want to go with Farmers, I think. I'm not sure. You'll see. I'll probably need a moment to decide. But it was a great race, and I'm gonna see you guys next week.